Okay, thank you. Well, I was trying to wait for see if Ron would be able to join us. Perhaps he'll join us shortly. But I just want to say welcome, 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 welcome. I believe the wreath looks like she's driving in her Mercedes. She looks real nice in her Mercedes. She's shaking her head. She said, "No Mercedes in her Pinto, maybe." Uh,
No, she got a new car.
well, thank you everybody for who's joined us. I think we got some new faces here. I'm hoping that you will show your face and tell us who you are. For those who don't know who you are,
Hello, I'm Dawn Washington. My mom was Alma Shivers Woodson.
yes,
Um,
Ah,
you
yeah.
probably know my aunt, Arlene and
us,
Kim. I
yes,
didn't know you, Jimmy.
oh yes, oh
So
yes.
hello to the rest of the family.
Oh,
Hello.
that,
Hi.
She's
uh,
on the Woodson side of the family.
Mhm.
mhm.
Okay, next person that let's see, somebody else here. Leslie, let them in. Whoever just beeped. I thought it was another name here that maybe it was the Galaxy 521. I guess that says 5 or S21.
I think that's the wreath, ain't it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. There you go. Thank you. You're right. All right. Welcome, 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 welcome. First of all, for Dawn's purpose, just tell everybody else on the call, tell them who you are and where you are right now. Start with Linda.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I am Linda Winters, and I'm on the Meakin side. And currently, I'm living in Morristown, New Jersey.
Okay. Go ahead. Anybody. Doesn't matter.
I know. I'm Leslie West, and I'm in Upper Marlboro, Maryland, and I'm on the Beacon side as well.
I'm
Okay.
Gregory Chin. I'm on the Meakin side, and I currently reside in the metropolis of Morristown, New Jersey.
I'll speak for Doris. She's driving, so we're not going to bother her too much. She's driving in her Mercedes, as we said earlier. She's in Long Island, I think I'm right, New York, and she's on the Woodson side. Melanie,
Hey, I'm Melanie. This is Michaela. Sorry for her bonnet. Stop. She's we're in watch my glass. We're in Charlotte, North Carolina. I'm from Richmond. I'm on the Meakin side.
okay, Bubba,
Okay, I'm James Bubba Meekin from Yorktown, Virginia, and I'm definitely on the Meekin side.
yes. I missed somebody. Kim,
Kim. Hi, everyone. I'm Kim Morton, and I am on the Woodson side.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
okay. Somebody else, Patrice is coming in. Um, Don, you mentioned your mom's name, Alma. For
Mhm.
those who don't know, she was one of the original members of the Washington, D.C. chapter when we started way back when. Her mom was a sweetie.
Oh,
I
It
I've had a
was.
picture, I've had a little small picture on my desk for many years, and it's around here somewhere. But anyway, I've obviously copied that picture and put it in our genealogy file. So it's a pleasure to see you again. Uh,
thank
it
you.
brings back a lot of memories because back in those days when we had functions out here in my backyard, family functions, and she was right there. So we miss her terribly, but it's so nice to see you.
It's good seeing you too.
Yeah. Kim, the same way. Um, how's your mother doing, by the way? Kim. Kim, can you hear us?
She's fine. She's in the room. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you now.
See. Okay. She's fine. She's in the room laying down.
Okay, okay. Please tell her I said hello when we're thinking about her. Okay. For those
I will.
for those of you who haven't been with us before, this is your night. This is your night. We basically have a few things we want to cover.
Jimmy, you muted yourself.
I think I did that. I'm sorry. I was letting Rhonda in.
Hey,
Hey, Rhonda.
hey, everybody. Hey, cousins.
Hey.
Hi.
How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Hanging in.
Okay. I was saying that anytime you want to stop us, raise your hand, raise your voice, whatever. Just please do it. This is very informal. The night is for us to have fun, a night to have fun. So it is not formal. It is just the opposite way around. And we're going to cover a few administrative items and quickly get into what Melanie has to say. Rhonda just joined us. Rhonda Hill Wilson in Philadelphia. And we have a couple of new faces here that you may or may not have seen, but Rhonda is heading up our family reunion committee for this year, and we'll touch on that shortly. So we'll go ahead and get started. A few things I want to cover real quickly. We had one, I'm aware of one death in the last month, and that was a lady by the name of Irma McGriff. She was age 97. She was the former wife of Charles A. Woodson, and she lived, I think it was in Georgia, if I remember correctly. She has two grandsons that I know that are still living. She's 97. She's seen a lot of her closest relatives pass on by this form of life, but she died last week, and that's the only one I'm aware of. I'm not aware of any new births. Every month I keep telling you young folks, you need to have some babies. You need to replenish. We lost one the last month, so you need to have at least one more or two more to replace that young lady, that lady of 97.
Poke your head. You see mine right there. No more.
You preaching to the choir, man.
Yeah, I think you got the wrong group.
No, I don't. No, I don't.
You do.
No, I don't. You all need to get busy because if eventually in decades none of us will be around to carry on these meetings, and by that time you have super Zoom. So we're gonna need y'all to have some babies. So you need to talk to your children and your grandchildren. Well, not my grandchildren. I don't want them to have none. But they are enough. But anyway, so well, all jokes aside, I'm not aware of any new births this past 30 days in our family or marriages. No marriage, but I guess you got to get the marriage before you have the baby. So I should have reversed my order on my agenda here. I continue to work on our new website. I promise that next week I'm going to try to finish it up. I got a few things I still got to fix. I'm still adding stuff to the website, and added, for example, I talked to Bubba early this morning, today, and he made me aware of his great nephew Justin Hamner, who's an artist also. And I saw yesterday that his mom had put some nice pictures of the young man's work on Facebook. So I thought it was a really good story. So what I've done, I added it to our family website. So things like that, I like to share that with the family, especially young folks. I think this young man is probably looks to be, I don't know, 14 or 15 years old. So
Well, yeah.
about that age.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, about that.
About what, 13, somewhere in that neighborhood. 12,
Right.
13.
Right. So that's a good news story. I invite you to share those stories with us, and I will share them with the family in some type of format. Um, Graduations started this month, so we're going to see a lot of those coming up. And I'm hoping that you will pass that information along to us so we can share it. Uh, any good news stories that you'd like to share, please send it to us. Another reminder, the Emma Woodson Hill Scholarship Fund, we need donations. Next month, the applications are due back to us on June 1st. So the scholarship committee at some point in June will start making some decisions. Now, they can't make decisions if we don't have the money. So if you haven't sent a donation, please do so in a timely manner. The amount of awards that go out obviously are dependent solely on your contributions. We used to receive a little bit of money from Amazon Smile, but that program has gone away. But please keep in mind, it's critical over the next 6 weeks to receive some monies to increase our scholarship fund. By the way, for those who don't know, our fund is named after Rhonda here's mom, just another super lady. I can see where Rhonda got it from.
Oh, thank you.
Um,
Was a great woman.
Yes, absolutely. Yes, absolutely. Yes. And
Happy Mother's Day to everybody.
yes, absolutely.
Thinking of mothers, that's all in line. It's all in line. So
Yes.
happy Mother's Day to everybody.
Happy Mother's Day to you and all the mothers.
And speaking earlier about Alma Woodson Shiver as Dawn's mom, I remember Rhonda, your mom, coming down on Amtrak, and we headed to the hospital to see her. So yeah, she was, and it was on a Saturday. I'll never forget that day. So you're right, your mom was just a super later, and that's why we will always recognize her with the scholarship fund.
No, we thank you for that.
You're so welcome. Same thing applies for the seed money that we ask. Don't forget the seed money. We got to have money to operate and to support the next family reunion. Let's see. Should I let this lady in? Let's see here. I guess I better, otherwise I won't be able to go upstairs. While we wait for her to come in, I see Angela has joined us. Hi, Angela. Angela's in New York City. She's on the Woodson side, Meekins Woodson. Yeah, I'm saying that right. Yeah.
Hi, everybody. I thought I was the descendant of the Meekins.
I was getting ready to say Meekins. I'm trying to keep it all in my mind. And a lot of us are both sides, 2 or 3 different.
All sides.
All sides, exactly. So, I'm just thrilled with who's here tonight. Patrice, Angela's niece. I haven't said anything to her. I wonder where she's normally on the road, out somewhere, doing these calls. So I wonder where she is tonight. Patrice,
I'm actually here. I'm actually watching the Knicks play, so I'm here.
Oh, poor thing, poor thing. Poor thing.
I know.
Not really. They're not doing bad for a change.
Right.
Thank you.
Okay. So anyway, again, just a reminder, seed money, scholarship donations, please help us, especially the scholarship donations in a timely fashion. The next item on the agenda is our family reunion that's coming up in August in Williamsburg, Virginia. So if someone on the call would like to update the rest of us on where we are with that.
Sure. Well, when you say update, we know that it's scheduled for Thursday, August 3rd through Sunday, the 6th of August. And we have plenty of activities planned. It was suggested to me that maybe we have enough and we can just chill. But if you haven't gone online to see it, there's a website that we have, which is www.holesmeekins40.com. I recommend you just take a look at the site and see the program that we have, or the programs that we have set up, which include going to a winery down in New Kent and chilling and sitting in a tent by the Charles River, which includes doing a Jamestown tour with an emphasis on Black history. It has, we're having a white party that Saturday, and a banquet that Saturday night, and a prayer breakfast on Sunday mornings, and going out Friday night to a cruise. We're going on Spirit in Norfolk. So there's a plenty for everybody. And then we have a whole committee that's working on activities for young people, for young adults, and actually also we're going to incorporate senior activities as well. And we're going to have time to chill. Maybe we'll do a Saturday afternoon at the spa, do a spa on Saturday for the ladies, spa day. They have those types of activities along with biking, along with, getting on jet skis. If you want something active, if you play tennis, if you play golf, the resort has everything. You don't even really have to leave. But we know that there's other things in Williamsburg, including Busch Gardens, and they just opened up a new roller coaster called the Dark Coaster. On Thursday night, actually, I think York has, the city of Yorktown rather, has a free concert that night when we arrive for the community. So there's a whole lot of different activities to do where you can absolutely do nothing and just sit outside and look at the river. So we're encouraging everybody to think about coming and bringing your loved ones. We're going to be learning about genealogy. And I wanted to share with this group also, even outside of our reunion, at the end of the month in Richmond, Virginia, the National Genealogical Society is having we're having a convention. And they're going to be doing a lot of emphasis on genealogy in Virginia from, I think it's May 30th to June 3rd. So if you're interested in that aspect of our family, doing genealogy and learning more about, our lines, then I recommend you can go online and take a look and see if that might be something interesting or you might be interested in doing. But it talks about how to do research by DNA. It talks about how to go through Civil War records, American Revolutionary War records, Virginia archives. So, we'll be trying to do a little bit of that too at the reunion. We have a speaker from that conference that's going to be coming with us to teach us how to do genealogy. So there'll be a plenty to do for our 40th. We're so excited about it. And telling people about it, people who I think might be related to us because their last name is Meekins or Williams. And it's surprising because sometimes, like I was on the phone today with a potential client and her last name was Turner. And I said, I'm just asking, your last name is Turner. I know you're here in Philly, but where are your people from? She said, well, I think my father's from New Jersey and his father was from Virginia. I said, well, what part of Virginia? Because we're related to the Turners too, y'all. There's some Turners that we're related to down in New Kent. So you'll be surprised just as you're talking to people and maybe even people that you think might be strangers, they might even actually be related to us. So we want to learn about all of that stuff. And we hope that you'll come and join us and that you'll bring somebody and that we can all learn and grow together. I'm excited for it.
Yeah, along those same lines, I spoke to maybe some of you all last month, but Bubba here belongs to Chickahominy Baptist Church in Toanna, and a couple of 3 weeks ago, he's shaking his head. I got a call from a lady, and she said, told me her name, And she said her mom was Blanche Mars, and she wanted information on the family reunion coming up. And I didn't have this lady's, I had Blanche's name in our genealogy file, but I didn't know her. But anyway, I think I might be getting her confused with somebody as I talk to so many people. But anyway, the bottom line is she's a member of Bubba's church. And her husband wasn't a assistant pastor or associate pastor of his church until he passed away last December. Bubba didn't know she was a Meekins descendant. See, and this really is what Ron is talking about. You know people, you're around people, but you don't know their descendants.
And you know what I'm thinking, y'all, and I know I sound crazy and I might be a little bit crazy, but we're Williams, for example. The Williams line stretches from Lenexa. Well, it probably started obviously from Old Port Comfort and Norfolk area and stretched up to New Kent. But we have Williams on our side.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, is Pharrell Williams related to us? Because he's a Williams. Mm-hmm. You know, and that Williams family is as huge as the Meekins family. Ella Mae Winfrey Williams, I think she had like 15, 20 kids in the mid 1800s. And back then it was people were prolific. And they moved to Norfolk to work, they moved to Hampton to work. So really ask people that you come across, you know, say if that name sounds familiar.
Yes.
You know, where are your people from? And it's a good conversation starter, you know, but it also allows people to think about it. So this lady says she's going to go back and ask her family, where in Virginia, and they're going to do some research and digging. She said she would call me back, but it's just an interesting thing. We might have cousins all around us and not know because maybe their mother married someone and their last name is different. So they might not be a Meekins, but their mother or their grandmother or their great-grandmother is a Meekins. So it's just a good conversation starter.
It is. Along those same lines, about 15 years ago, we were having something in Virginia. And some neighbors here in DC were chatting on a Saturday. Where are you going? We're going to go down to Virginia to my family reunion function. Yeah, I'm going down there too. And come to find out they were family. Yep. Neighbors across the street from one another.
It happened to me too, Jimmy. It happened with me with who I hope will come, Tanya Rose Davis. We moved across the street from each other in Philadelphia in the early 90s. And my mother had to come and tell us that we were cousins because we didn't know. We were friends, we were neighbors and we were friendly, but we didn't know that we were actually kin. And she's a cousin to us on the Williams side. Her mother is deceased now, but her name was Ruth. Her Tanya's grandmother was Ruth. And they were descended from Ella Winfrey, Ella Winfrey Williams, right? Yeah, Ella Winfrey Williams and Willie Williams. So it's amazing.
It's very real. Before we go on, who joined us with the signage KSHER? Somebody joined us. We see it on the screen. Please tell us who you are. Let us see your face, if possible.
Kosher. Does that stand for kosher?
Kosher.
Yeah. Hello, lady. Oh, man. Okay. Maybe that person can't hear us. But I'm going to assume, well, I don't know whether I should assume or not. Hello, KSHER.
It could be driving or something too.
We'll give it another second and see if that person comes in. Just a reminder that we do have I've called the Ted Herman Meekins birthday card project, in which we send out birthday cards to family members if we have your correct mailing address. if, and of course, we have to know your birth date. So just kind of keep that in mind. Some of you are not receiving it. It's because we don't have the, I don't have the information. So I appreciate that. I know Angela had a birthday within the last couple of months, and I'm sure she enjoyed receiving her beautiful card,
Deborah, thank you.
personalized card
Thank
from
you.
our committee. So I hope it brings some joy to all of you who received that. And it is from our committee. It's just a little personal touch to let you know that the committee is thinking of you.
It
I'm a
means a
little,
lot.
thank you.
You're
I'm
welcome.
kind of old fashioned. That's all I can be. I'm a senior citizen. I'm AARP eligible. So so therefore my thinking is kind of old fashioned, and certain things I think still work in certain environments. And we need to teach our young people something. You know, be nice to people, be personable,
Yes.
say yes ma'am and no sir and stuff like that.
Yes.
I'm
Yes.
sorry, I'm getting off on a tangent. I apologize. Apologize for that. So, any questions before we hand the session over to our co-host? Any questions? Any comment? Did we find out who KSATR is?
I think they're on.
Yeah, go ahead.
Quick question. Okay, I hear you all talking about the Meekins. Can you all explain real quick how we all came about? Like, did the Meekins start? How did the Meekins, the
Sure.
Lemons, the Whams, the
We can just do that very briefly, if you don't mind, Jimmy.
Sure, absolutely.
So in the well, I'm going to go all the way back. In the 1600s, a gentleman with the last name of Makins, a white man from England, from Norfolk, England, came over here as a part of a commercial enterprise, I'll say that, to develop, to work off an indentureship, and then began farming. And he is the white man whose last name we have not taken or was given or whatever. But so our family has been married and intermarried with that family in the 1600s. In the 1600s, race did not figure the way it figures now. So there was a lot of intermarriage between Black and white. And obviously Black came here as a result of being brought here in ships, sometimes slave ships, sometimes commercial ships. So in the late 1600s, a gentleman by the name of Richard Meekins married a woman, and their daughter was Elizabeth Meekins. And Elizabeth Meekins was biracial, mulatto, whatever you want to call it. And it was at that time they wanted to implement slavery in the late 1600s in Virginia and in the early 1700s. She went to the York County Courthouse and she petitioned for her freedom. She won her freedom, and then she moved to New Kent and had children. Her name is written in the book at St. Peter's Episcopal Church in New Kent County, where George Washington was married, and that particular church still exists. It was originally a part of the Church of England, but when the United States won its freedom, it became a part of the Anglican Church, which is a church kind of England here in the United States. She had sons and daughters, including Thomas, Isaac, Jeremiah, David, Christmas, who was born on Christmas Day. Likewise, their names are in the book on the vestry in St. Peter's Church in New Kent. They were free. They've always been free. And that lineage is what you see here on this call today. So we go all the way back to the 1600s. And when I tell you there are thousands of Meekins, there are thousands of Meekins. And they all start from that line back in the 1600s. So what you have to do is kind of claw your way backwards from, Elizabeth Meekins and her family, and then go down the line. And you'll see that in some cases, like for example, there was an Oliver Meekins in the 1830s that had like 15 kids. And then his kids had 15 kids. So you have to kind of go backwards to find out who, what particular Meekins it is. But if your last name is Meekins, you are from this particular tribe. Does that help?
I'm sorry, I didn't get the person's name who asked the question.
I'm sorry, that was Kim, Jimmy. I'm sorry. Yes, that helped tremendously. Thank you.
You're welcome. And that's what we're going to talk about when we have our genealogy session. Because I'm sure people want to know, well, that's the Meekins. Well, how did the Woodsons get involved? Or how did the Coles get involved? Or how Lemons get involved? Or how did the Williams? All of these families started to intermarry. For example, Williams, the last name Williams, I was able to trace that back to the 1700s with a gentleman, Taft Williams. We're descended from Taft and Anise Williams. So each line obviously has their own forebears, but in New Kent, they all really kind of at some point intermix and intermarry because so many people had so many kids that, and it wasn't that much of a melting pot back in the day because you had to walk where you were going or have a horse or donkey. But I mean, that's really where we start from.
Interesting. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Excellent. Excellent. Thank you, Rhonda. There's no way I could have remembered all that stuff that you just said. I have to go to the database. Also, for any of you who want to know certain things of your lineage, the database that I maintain has, as we speak, 8,420 names in it, and I have 5,062 pictures in the database. So if you got a question, a specific question, just send me a note and I'll do my best to get it to you.
And also, if you have access to ancestry.com, there are public trees, if you will. And you'll be able to put in names and bring up the ancestral work, history work of not only our group, but other groups as well, so that you can fill in the dots for yourself. I do have a public tree. I'm working on it. I'm not saying it's all accurate. I rely upon existing information. But like I said, that's part of what, the work of our group, and what we want to do is make sure that people have understanding of how we're related. And I think that's a great thing.
Absolutely. If you do genealogy, it can become
addictive.
Thank you for the word addictive. Honest to God, sometimes I say I must be crazy, and I get very, very frustrated if I can't connect the dots. I sometimes I spend 24 hours almost trying to figure out something, but if I'm successful, and for example, it's a guy on the West Coast, Bernard James. He's been sending us donations for years. And I said the other day, matter of fact, he bought some candy. And my wife asked me, who is Bernard James? I said, let me go look. He was not in our database. So I spent the better part of 24 hours here over the weekend. And I went all the way back and I found out he was born in Newport News. That's where I was born. And he eventually migrated to the West Coast, I think through the military. But he's a Meekins. It's very satisfying as a genealogist doing research when you can find the answers. And I'm sitting down here in the basement and I'm saying, who's going to ever see this information? But somebody, and they do, because I get contacted all the time from people that they find out, they look at our database or a database, as Rhonda said, and then contact me and want to. Genealogists share information. I'm always I get a little angry when I run into a private ancestry database. I understand people can do whatever they want to do, but I know it's private for some reason. They want to hide something.
Well, let's just be honest about it. And one of the seminars that they're having in this conference is, the use of DNA to uncover secrets.
Mhm.
I mean, our ancestors have not always been totally honest about
Mhm.
things. And sometimes it's surprising and hurtful, to find out information that you weren't prepared for or
Mhm.
have been told something different your whole life.
That's right.
So maybe they just got to work through it. You know what I mean? Maybe it's private now, but
Yeah.
maybe it's got to work through, their issue, and soon it will be public. One of the, just to share this real quick, and I don't mean to monopolize the conversation on this, but one of the sites that I came across that we're connected with is Dorothy Height. Now, for Black women, Dorothy Height was the former, she's deceased now, chair of the National Conference of Negro Women, an activist, intelligent, and I was borrowing stuff from her site. She's related to us somehow. So so you get these things that happen that might be a little disappointing. Like I found out that some of my heritage involves people who fought in the Confederacy. That was kind of disappointing. But I also found out that for the Meekins, Isaac Meekins and Jeremiah Meekins fought in the Revolutionary War in the 1700s. So if you are on the line of Isaac, you can apply, if you so choose, if you're in the mind to do so, for the Daughters of American Revolution. And because you are a linear descendant, they have to accept you because you got the paperwork. We're also eligible to become members of the first African families in the United States. I gotta find out and distribute that, which is a organization of African-American families that can trace their lineage back to the first families in Virginia and the United States. So that's something else, that are resources, connections, family, and something that we should try to pass on to our kids and our grandchildren, because so many of them feel like they're out here by themselves. And so to know that you can walk into a place like, Ebenezer Baptist Church or New Ulm Baptist Church or Chickahominy Baptist Church, and know that everybody there is related to you. You may not know how, you may not know why, but what you do know is y'all are kin.
That's right. That's
a powerful feeling.
It is. That's whenever I go back to Ebenezer down in Lancaster, Virginia, which is part of New Kent, for those that don't know, I stand up in church and say, I'm back home. I feel like I'm home. And I'm treated just like I'm at home. So yeah, you're right. Thank you, Ron. Excellent job. I really appreciate that. Okay, before we go to Melanie, any other comments, questions? Okay, Melanie, the floor is yours.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Hello.
All right, let's see. Do I have the
Yes, you go
quick game? All right. Can y'all see my screen?
Not yet.
Nope. I don't think I have it. Let's see.
I gave it to you.
Did you?
Uh-huh. Let me go back and check. Yeah, it says co-host.
Me?
Yes, your name is Melanie.
Today, yeah.
I'm gonna tell your mama in heaven.
I don't see it though. I don't. Okay, let's try it again. I might have to call the child.
The child, that's your baby. The child.
It should be at the bottom in the middle next to chat. It should be
chat, share screen. There we go.
Yeah, there you go.
All right.
The child. Oh.
You know, she knows how to do it better than anybody.
She's gonna have to select your nursing home, so you better be careful.
She better not put the nursing home.
Better be nice.
She better not. All right, can y'all see it now?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So I got a little family fun trivia. Y'all can keep points, or if y'all want me to keep points, or I'll call the kid and she can keep points, or however y'all want to do it. It's just a couple little questions here. All right, so round one, each question will be 5 points each. Kind of similar to, I think Detrell did that one last time. So it's gonna be kind of similar to the points. All right, so this round is family TV show, so keep that in mind. All right, so the first question, well, it says ready, let's get started. All right, first question. This family was not like the average family in the building. As different as they were a blessing to each other.
Different strokes.
Good times.
Anybody else have a guess?
Jeffersons? I don't know.
Prince of Bel-Air.
Anybody else? Anybody else?
That was before my time.
Anybody need another clue?
Yeah.
227.
Ah, that was a good guess.
Before my time.
227 before your time? Sure.
It's not, oh no, it's not a different world now.
I didn't have television back in those days.
Well, I'm going to tell you, it wasn't too far back. So it wasn't television era. All right. The answer is Different Strokes.
Okay.
Okay. Who's that? Who was that said that?
Somebody said that.
Dawn.
Yep.
All right, Dawn, 5 points. Anybody who said Different Strokes have 5 points. All right. Next question. This TV show was a spinoff of another show where the couple had only one teenage child who grew up to have his own family with a biracial spouse.
Jeffersons.
Anybody else?
What is it? I don't even remember.
I don't know. I'm guessing at this point.
Guesses are good. Anybody else? All right, Trace, you were right.
Ah.
Oh.
Yeah, I feel like I ain't make it hard enough. All right, next question. This family takes a village to a whole nother level. No one, I'm sorry, my screen is blocking it a little bit. How do I move you guys over? Can y'all see it all?
Yeah.
Okay, so no one, I can't even say you on the name of the show. I can't see how all of my words. So somebody can read that. Oh,
I knew it.
227.
227.
Well, everybody gets 5 points.
227.
Y'all picture is covering half of my stuff. I can't see all the words. Don't click the screen. All right, so everybody gets 5 points on that one. All right. Round two. So this is celebrities who are family members that we may not know that they're family members. All right, and these are all 10 points each. First one. Now don't want to go. Go, all right. This burger lover is cousins with this funny lady who's also playing Ursula. Who are they? Got 2 clues in that sentence.
You got some tough questions.
Yeah, they're right.
Y'all should know this one. Well, yeah. Need another clue? Look at how burger is spelled. and the young lady, the funny lady that's playing Ursula in the new, what's the new movie that just came out with the new mermaid, the new Little Mermaid. She was also on a sitcom where she was married to a police officer. Recently just went off air within the last 2 or 3 years, maybe.
Hmm.
You got me. I don't know.
I don't
Yeah.
know
I
either.
don't know either.
The burger lover is married to a pop star from the 80s, maybe early 90s.
Hmm?
Before my time.
Mine too.
I need my daughters those after that.
You need another clue? Do I have another clue? Let's see if I have another clue. Oh, the burger lover also has hosted Times Square with Ryan Seacrest.
Hmm.
No?
It ain't ringing no bell.
It's still before my time.
I know
Yep.
it's not Billy Porter.
No. All right, y'all ready?
Yes.
Mhm.
All right. Melissa McCarthy and Jenny McCarthy. Jenny
Oh,
McCarthy
never got
is
that.
married to Mark Wahlberg.
Oh,
Burger.
my burger. Oh, I didn't
And
even
Melissa
know.
McCarthy is a movie star, TV star. She's playing the new Ursula and the new Little Mermaid. And they're cousins.
I didn't
Hmm.
even know that.
Little known facts.
Yeah.
All right. Next one. This one may be pretty easy.
Mm.
Let me see.
There cannot be a difference in cousins. These two and these two. I can't see all of my words, guys. One has a best friend that was on house arrest, and the other one was the girl next door.
Hmm?
Detrail might know this one. Patricia know this one. Connie should know this one. Everybody should know this one, I would think.
House arrest? That's throwing me off.
Their best friend was on house arrest.
Hmm.
Oh,
I was gonna say something, but I ain't gonna say nothing.
Next clue.
No, couldn't.
Who?
Snoop Dogg or somebody.
Who is it?
I was thinking Snoop Dogg for some reason. I don't know why that name.
That's one of the people. You did good. That's one of the people. All right. So one clue is the girl next door is also a singer.
That really narrows it down.
Come from a famous family of singers.
Hmm.
Her brother is a singer.
Brandy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brandy and Snoop Dogg are cousins.
Oh, I didn't know.
Wow.
The
I
North
didn't know that.
Yeah.
The
Okay.
North was a family with Snoop Dogg.
I did not know
Wow.
that. That explains a lot.
A little gin and juice.
Mm.
And trying to buy a hockey team now.
Yeah.
All right. Now we have another one here. All right. This trio has a lot of talent from morning to the evening, a little in the middle. One made it to the top and sometimes the one looks like it has hit rock bottom, but this person is doing okay.
Mm-hmm.
I And this is 3 people, right?
3 people. So a hint in this one, 2 of the people are, how can I say it? Okay, 2 of the people are from one household, and the other person is a distant cousin or a cousin.
What
One of
channel?
from what channel?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Ooh,
It's early morning,
I don't watch TV. Mm.
and the person, one of the people in the same household is no longer living. The other person is connected to a former child star who was recently connected to, the former child star was recently connected to a bad boy movie star.
Oh, wow.
And the person that's doing A-OK was recently sick, and they're now doing better.
Melanie, you got the
Jamie
hardest questions ever.
Is that the gin and juice guy?
The gin and juice guy. Who is that?
The gin and juice guy.
Who is gin and juice? That's Snoop, right?
Yeah, that's Snoop.
No, what's the guy that he sang that song with?
Oh, Nate Dogg.
Jamie Foxx.
Yeah, he's been sick.
No. Oh no, not Jamie Foxx, but that's a good guess. The person that's been sick, and this will help you guys out. The person, especially the people who watch morning TV, the person who's been sick is on the morning during the morning.
On NBC.
It's not Mike Fox, right?
Al Roker?
Yeah, that's
I
what
was
I'm
going to say Al Roker and Robin Roberts.
Al Roker. I didn't think about Robin Rocker, but Al Roker is the person.
Okay.
Oh.
And he's cousins with another duo. Okay, I'll give you another hint of the duo.
Roxy Roker.
Who is
Isn't
it?
he cousins with Lenny Kravitz and his mother?
And Roxy Roker.
Yeah.
Oh,
There you go.
Didn't even know that either.
Yeah. So Lenny Kravitz and Roxy Roker from the Jeffersons are mother's son. And then they are cousins with Al Roker.
Wow, I didn't even know that.
So all of you guys who said that get a point. Who has points or more points? Or do we need a tiebreaker? I think that was the last one.
No, everybody's at 0.
I only got 10.
Roker, Lenny Kravitz.
Oh, cool.
All right. I did have a tiebreaker. This song was sung by 4 beautiful sisters.
Sister Sledge.
Sister Sledge.
I figured everybody would get that one.
Sister Sledge.
I figured everybody would get that one. I couldn't find a picture of them, a good picture anyway, so I just put a family tree here. That's it.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. It really hits home that we really, and this is what Rhonda was saying earlier, we need to know our family.
Yeah.
We really, really do. And I just get frustrated that the opportunities is there for the people that we touch worldwide. I'm just talking about our family, our extended family worldwide. We are here. This session is an example. We send out emails. We're on social media. We're here. And we like to extend our knowledge to our family worldwide and nationwide, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And more important, we want to learn from all of those folks. And as Rhonda has found out, and I have found out, during the last 6 months we've been working on this project headed up by Rhonda, and that is we're finding new family members. They're coming out the woodwork. They are hearing about the 40th family reunion. That is absolutely fabulous. Absolutely fabulous. Our co-host next month will be Corliss Jones Smith. Uh, he does an excellent job, as all of our co-hosts do. We do not have anyone for July, August, or September. I'm looking for volunteers. I don't need everybody to speak at one time, but I'm looking for volunteers for July, August, or September. How many do I have? Let me move the screen down a little bit so I can see your hand. I don't see your hand. I'm on my laptop. Maybe I should have been over here on a desktop with a wider screen. I'm missing your hand. Oh, okay.
I see a hand. I see a hand.
Okay, good. Which month? July, August, or September?
August.
August. Fantastic. Okay.
Just a reminder to people too, when you're talking to people and you think that they may be related to us, one of the things that we found in doing genealogy is that their name might not look perfectly like ours. So it might be a Mickens or a Neekins or a Niggins, because over the centuries as the name has been transcribed, originally the father of Elizabeth Meekins that I talked to you about in the late 1600s, his name was spelled Meekins, Meekins, even though before him it was a different spelling. It's also been spelled Macon, which is where Macon, Georgia gets his name. So, you know, if it seems like it's close to our name, especially Meekins, Woodson, Coles has been spelled Cowles. It's also been spelled Coales along with Coles. So, you know, as you're talking to people and trying to find out, or, you know, get more information to them, don't put aside that they still might be related to us, even though it's not spelled exactly the same way. Another thing is some names are the same through generations. So you're going to see a lot of James Meekins. You're going to see a lot of Elizabeth Meekins. My grandmother was Elizabeth Meekins. And so you'll see some of the same names over and over. Sarah, that's a name. Sally, that's a name that you'll see. So sometimes it can get confusing, Jimmy. You're going back to look, you know, and see who's related to who. And you'll see some of these same names, but you're like, well, they were born 50 years before this other person. You know, just have patience, and, you know, it just takes time, some time to go through and figure out who is who.
Yes. Very good. I still don't have any volunteers for July or September. I do like it do in church when they're at the end of the service.
What's the date in July?
Second Friday.
I think that's the weekend of the wedding. I can't do it.
The wedding? Why you can't do it? The wedding's on a Saturday. I said second Friday.
I know. I'll probably be on Amtrak that Friday night.
Okay. Okay, I'll put you down for September.
I saw Bubba's hand.
Oh, Bubba, you for July?
I'll talk to one of my daughters.
Well, maybe you and one of your daughters.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay, yeah. I'll put it down to Bubba and daughter. I should say a daughter, because you have more than one daughter.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna say Makita.
Okay.
She doesn't know that either. But Matt, we have a birthday in July, so that's gonna work out.
Yeah. Okay. You know, and if we have to change, that's no problem.
Yeah. Okay.
This is all volunteer. For the first timers tonight, before we log off, any comments? Any suggestions? If you don't want to speak now, you can send me an email. We are always looking for suggestions. This is your session. It is not mine. It is not any particular person. It is our session. It is your forum to say what you want to say, do whatever you want to do.
I have a
Yeah.
question.
Yes, ma'am.
From coming from New York to go to Williamsburg, what's the best recommendation for travel? Amtrak or Greyhound?
I would say Amtrak. And
Right.
get your ticket as soon as you can, because you'll get more of a discount. But there's a station right in Williamsburg.
Yes.
How far is it from the resort?
I'd have to get back to you. Let me give you my email and I'll give you that, I'll get that information to you.
I think I have it. I think I
Okay.
emailed you. I've been communicating with you.
Yeah, no, I know. I recognize your name. I know who you are. But I'm just saying, if you email me, then I will remember to do it. I'm still working and I work remotely. So if I don't see it in front of me when I'm scrolling through things, I might not remember. So if you email me, then I will definitely, follow up and remember it.
And what's the commute from the Amtrak to the resort once you get there?
Yeah, just put that in your question to me and I'll find out the answer.
All right. I could find out really. I could find out. But
Yeah, and then I'll
put the
ask
question.
too, because I'm gonna ask the resort whether or not they have transportation. So you might wanna, if you look into it and you kind of get a sense of when you would be coming, what time,
But we already know the times. There's only 2 trains going out. One is 3 something in the morning, and the next one is 11:35 in the morning. So that's the train we're probably gonna have to catch. The one for 11:35 in the morning.
And what time does it get in? Yeah, what time does it get into Williamsburg?
I want to say 7:42.
Okay, well, I'll try to find out the answer to that. But like I said, I'm getting old, so you might want to email me that so I'll remember and get it to you. Okay?
Yeah, if you're coming Thursday night, somebody will be there. We can come pick you up.
Yeah, but you took the words right out of my mouth.
Yeah.
It's not going to be a problem.
Yeah, we'll get you to the resort.
Thank you.
I will pass this on too. I heard about this bus line called the Olita Coach Lines. Well, anyway, the person that owns that company is my old classmate from school, and I talked to him a couple of days ago. Just out of sky blue, I could not believe it. So anything dealing with transportation or whatever, airports or whatever, they deal with a whole bunch of things. But other than that, I have a lot of family in the area of Williamsburg, and this is my home. You guys coming to my backyard. So I'm going to do all that to assist anybody.
So I'll probably be arriving on a train with my sister and my brother-in-law, her husband. It may be 3 of us.
Maybe 3? Okay. All right. And you're saying like 7 something in the evening?
That's right.
Okay. But let's see. I just need some info on you and because I'm going to be so busy up in that Williamsburg area that we want to make sure that you get to the place all safe and,
just like I said, send it to me by email. We're going to start compiling these transportation lists.
And it's right now, my niece let me know that it's $206 for one person, but if it's 2 people traveling, it's buy one and get the second ticket for 50% off. The sale ends May 17th. So for me, it's going to be $206. Everything is very expensive. The trip, the hotel, and then you're mentioning a lot of other activities. Do they cost money or are they free? Anything complimentary?
There's the free stuff is at the resort. Once you get onto the resort, anything that you want to do is free, other than things like taking a boat out to go fishing.
And they said the breakfast is $20 in the morning.
Well, but if in your room, what type of room are you gonna have? A 1-bedroom?
Yes.
You have a kitchen there. So if you don't want to eat nothing from the resort, you go to the Piggly Wiggly and get you some food, and then you make your food and you ain't got to eat nothing there.
I don't want to make any.
I'm just saying.
I'm on vacation. I will not be in that kitchen.
Trust me.
Well, I'm just saying, but they have
no cooking.
Williamsburg is a resort area. So if you don't want to eat on site, they have plenty restaurants. And Bubba took me to one when I came down there. We ate for like $12 for lunch.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a Chinese restaurant, if I'm not mistaken, Bubba.
Yeah.
So it's not like you're stuck on the resort. If you want to go off the resort, you can. They got all of the other, kinds of fast foods. And if you want to do that, I wouldn't recommend it, but it's a resort area.
No, I want to eat good food.
So they got the Golden Corral, for example.
Right.
I used to go down to the Golden Corral with my Aunt Rose, and we would have the buffet, and that was like 17. Now it may have changed since, then, but there are a lot of different options.
Turn up.
So you'll be able to do what you want in terms of cooking for yourself, going high end, mid range, whatever you want to do.
Okay, thank you.
And Bubba, our cousin Ronald Meekins is coming in from Phoenix. He's going to want some steamed crabs.
I'm going to say he's going to want crabs.
Yes. Me too,
And
Bubba.
so will I.
And also my friend that I'm bringing, she gonna want some crabs too.
It's
cheese
free.
crabs. Cheese crabs once a week.
Well,
you're gonna be at the water, so you'll be able to get all the kind of fish and seafood and everything. They turn up.
I have one question. Do you want crabs for breakfast, lunch, or dinner?
All three.
All three.
Yes.
D.
Too much. Oh boy.
Okay.
I got a question.
Yes.
Bubba, is that your work behind you?
Yes, some of it, yes.
Awesome.
So maybe you can touch base with him about a silent auction.
Yeah, we'll talk. Do that. Get all of that stuff straight.
For those who don't know, Bubba, can you move your camera a little bit and show them, all of us, some of your work? He's a master, I don't know the right word to call you.
Craftsman.
Let me put a light on here. Oh boy. Okay. Let's see. Can we see that wall?
Yes.
Okay, here. Okay. Most of my work's on the wall here is actual it's wood carvings and reliefs, which is also sculpture, but I paint and I draw and all of that and have taught it. All of this is in my living room. And
beautiful.
These are some of my other pieces. Can you see that?
Yes.
Okay.
Very nice.
Yes.
And of course, I have others. This is a new house, and I'm steadily putting things in place. So, at least by this summer, I should be ready. But I've got numerous works besides my own. I have an African art collection and a few other things.
So, Bubba, would you be interested in displaying your work?
If I don't mind.
Yeah, I think that would be nice, like at the banquet or something, so people can appreciate what, your gift.
What about selling some?
Or sell some.
Yeah, I was going to ask, does he have a website?
I tell you what, you got my email? I tell you what, I could.
I tell you what.
About it. You don't have to make a decision now.
Card. I have an actual business card that I could just send to you or whatever. I just need name and your email address or something.
I tell you what, Bubba, what I will do, I'll send out an email for you either tonight or tomorrow and let everybody on the call know your email address, your phone number.
Okay, that'd be fine.
Okay. Let's save you a couple of, because I know everybody's information here. So, but anyway, we're going to get ready to wrap it up.
Can I make one comment before you go?
Of course.
I just want to say hi, Kim. It's good to see you.
Hi, Detrail. It's good to see you too.
Oh.
Hey, Detrail.
Hey, girl, hey. I just saw you.
I know.
Kim, where are you from? Where do you live now?
still in the DC area. I'm in Montgomery County. I'm not far from Jimmy.
Oh, okay.
Oh, cool.
My daughter lives in Columbia, Maryland.
She's not far.
Oh, Rhonda, I didn't know
I was
Christian
in
was
Burtonsville long ago.
Yeah, she just moved to Columbia like last summer, last July or August, and she's in school and she's working full time, so you might not see her. But
Okay.
she's going into her third year at University of Baltimore Law School.
Okay.
Good
So
for
she's,
her.
yep, so she's working full time and in school all year round. So
Wow, that's excellent.
It'll
Jimmy,
be
that
worth
might be a good idea. It seems like the family has a lot of good professions and everything, and maybe some, everybody like to put down what they do for a living. You never know. I might need an attorney one day. Hopefully not, but you never know.
That's
a lot
right.
of talent I see.
we are talented. We are good looking and talented.
Yes, we are.
That's right. Okay. Any other comments before we get ready to leave for the evening? I want to ask a question. Oh, go ahead, Melanie.
I'm sorry, no, I'm just gonna throw out there, we're gonna be doing some more fundraisers. So anybody want to sell something, buy something, or make a donation, be on the lookout. That's all.
And thank you for the work that was already done. We appreciate it.
How many mothers do we have on the call?
Me.
Angela, you just like a mother. Raise your hand.
I have a grandbaby.
That's why I said that. We wish you a very happy Mother's Day. We thank you for being mothers. My wife, is she still on here? Yeah.
Yes.
She can thank me for helping her become a mother.
Gosh.
Jimmy, you be downstairs tonight.
In the basement. I still in the dungeon. But all kidding aside, I was raised by a single parent, and before that, my great grandmother, Gertrude Meekins Fry. She was born in the 1800s, late 1800s. So I have a lot of respect for, not 1800s, couldn't have been that old. Anyway, 1900s. But anyway, I have a lot of respect for mothers. I cannot understand why people don't feel the way I do, because I just love mothers. I have so much respect for mothers. Mothers will be there when nobody else will be there.
That's the truth. That's the truth.
I want all of you to have a great day. And remember, we love you. We respect you so much.
Yes.
Okay?
Thank you. Happy Mother's Day, everybody.
Happy Mother's Day. Everyone have a good
Happy
week.
Mother's Day.
Mother's Day, all. Have a good weekend.
Y'all.
Mother's Day.
Detrail, will you take us out with a prayer?
Okay.
I have one petition to ask God for. Lord, please bless us all. From the point that we leave this call until the point that we come together again. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you.
Amen.
God bless everybody. Have a good night and happy Mother's
Good
Day.
night, everyone. Be safe.
Good weekend.
See you all soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.